What's up, Smarties? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Aggie if you're new here, and I'm a dermatology nurse practitioner making videos on career, skincare, and lifestyle here on my channel. So if you're interested in any of those topics, go ahead and smash the red button down below and join the family. In today's video, we are going to answer one of the most common questions I used to get back when I was in Nurse Practitioner School just a couple years ago. It was a lot of my colleagues on the floor that would ask me this, and I think it's because they're trying to gauge whether they had it in them to go back to school, if, you know, what to expect really. And that question is, which is harder, nursing or Nurse Practitioner School? BSN, MSN. Which is more difficult? Which is more challenging? So we are going to get into it in today's video. I want to give a special shout out to today's sponsor, Picmonic. This is an excellent resource for any healthcare student out there. And I'm really excited to talk about it in today's video because I think it's just relevant as to making school in general easier. So if you don't know, Picmonic is a visual learning company. You've probably seen them before. They make lots of fun videos and stories and help you retain the information you need to know for your educational program a lot quicker. I personally didn't get to use Picmonic until my graduate program, and it did make quite the difference. I really leaned on them for the stories they told because it helped me just remember facts a lot better. Also the questions they have to help test my knowledge. I love that. And overall, I just love that it was a fun way for me to learn the material in a quick amount of time. And because of the fun stories they use to teach you facts, I was able to actually retain the information a whole lot longer as opposed to just memorizing it. Because if you didn't know, memorizing does not work, okay? You have to actually learn, and part of learning is creating stories to help you, really hold on to the information. So if you're interested in how to use Picmonic, or if you want to try it out, I will leave my link down below in the description box. Let me know if you've tried Picmonic before, or if you currently use it, or if you plan on using it. I would love to know. Comment down below. And let's go ahead and get into today's video. So, which is harder, nursing school or Nurse Practitioner School? Now, I know y'all are gonna want a straightforward answer, but unfortunately, I don't have a straightforward answer, okay? I'm gonna tell you why. They were both hard respectfully, and they were both easy in a way respectfully as well. So what made nursing school hard for me? One, I did an accelerated nursing program. That means all the information you have to learn in a traditional nursing program got condensed, and mine was 16 months. And it felt accelerated. I mean, from the jump, we were getting tested, getting quizzed, having papers. There was no downtime. There wasn't 1 week when there wasn't something due, or if there wasn't 1 week when there wasn't a test, like across the board. So the fact that everything was kind of condensed and I was having to learn a lot of information in a quick fashion was really challenging. Also, what made nursing school hard was those daggone questions. If you are a nursing student, or if you're a nurse in general, you know what I mean. Nursing school questions, it's like they're not really testing you for the knowledge. It's like you have to learn how to be a good test taker, as in they want to know that you know how to answer the question the way they want you to, not that you necessarily know the information. So that was a little bit tricky. I hated the all of the above questions, which they were quite a few. I don't know for sure if it's still like that, but they love to select all that apply questions, or the all of the above except. Those would kick me in the butt. So that is what really made nursing school hard for me, was learning a whole lot of information in a condensed period of time and learning how to answer nursing school questions. Now, what really helped me out, I think, was the fact that my transition from my first bachelor's to the accelerated program was really short. It was only a matter of like 6 months. So mentally, I was still in the school mode, in my school bag. I wasn't too far removed from studying, taking tests, so I think that allowed me to transition a little bit smoother. Also, I had a pretty good community, like because I was in because I was in a second degree program. A lot of my classmates, you know, they were like me. They were trying to pass nursing school. We were all scared going in. There wasn't that competition that you might get like in your first degree programs, like people being competitive, gatekeeping information. We all were like helping each other out, and that made a huge difference. Now, Nurse Practitioner School, as far as the content is concerned, I want to say that they are one and the same. Like, Nurse Practitioner School was difficult because, you know, you have to learn the pharmacology in nursing school and a nurse practitioner school whipped me in the behind, okay? Like, I barely passed, I feel like, both of those classes. But like the other classes you take, nurse practitioner school is a little bit challenging because you're having to switch your brain from, you know, being a nurse and, you know, how nurses think to now thinking like a provider and learning that information, you know, prescriptions, medications, treatments, all of those things. Just, it's not learning that content specifically, but just switching your brain to think like that was a little bit challenging, more so in the clinical setting, not so much textbook. I hope that makes sense. So school-wise, test-wise, I don't think it was any harder than nursing school per se. But at the same time, I was working while I was in nurse practitioner school. So now I have this more layered component of managing life outside of school. While I was a nurse, that was my full-time job. But now as a nurse practitioner student, I was working a job, doing clinical studying. So it was a balancing act. So that made it more challenging. But in the same breath, I feel like by the time I was in nurse practitioner school, I had more of a grasp of like what worked well for me when it came to studying. Like I said earlier, that's when I started using resources like Picmonic, and that really does make a huge difference when you know your learning style, you know how to study, you know what works for you. It's just a time saver, you know. You're not trying to like, you're not failing tests and not knowing why you failed tests. Like, you know how to study for tests. You know how to pass a test. You know how you learn best. And by the way, if you want to know my tips on, you know, how to succeed in nursing school, or some of the things I wish I knew before going to nursing school, I'll link down the video of me chatting about that in the description box. Oh, so there you guys have it. That is my way of answering which is harder between nurse practitioner school and nursing school. I know it's not a straightforward answer. I don't think you should listen to anyone who tells you straight up one is harder than the other, because for one, everyone is different. Everyone has different life circumstances. Everyone has different programs they're going to, which are going to be more challenging than another. So I just hope this video, if anything, kind of gives you an idea of what can make one program or one degree harder than the other, or just the things that go into each program and, like, you know, succeeding in it. I hope this video gives you more clarity and perspective. But just know, even though nursing school is challenging, nurse practitioner school is challenging, it's doable, right? Like, people do it all the time. What's worth having is worth going through. So I hope, if anything, this inspires you, gives you some encouragement. Let me know your thoughts or questions down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Also, thanks once again to Picmonic for sponsoring today's video. Bye.